All right, guys, I got 15 minutes left for tonight. I got to drive to Altoona tomorrow, so I'm going to make sure that I make this quick. I'm sorry if that little intro was kind of long there too. It doesn't show me that the video is playing yet, so that's why I sit there for a second and wait to speak this. So I apologize. Okay. All right, guys, I just want to make sure that that's playing. Okay, cool. So employment referrals is what we're going to talk about. Like I said, 15 minutes here is what we're doing. Okay. So the reason why I want to have this conversation right now, your teams, your managers are trying to grow. Okay. And your objective is growth with the company. I would imagine that's why most people are here. And there's a couple different forms of growth, obviously. So you can go into sales, for example, you can go into management. Okay. You can go into installation and stuff too, but those are the two main things that people want to see is either sales or management typically. Okay. Both of those things require you to do this. Okay. Both of those things require you to do as much as you can to further the department. That's the entire point. Okay. I am not responsible for growing you in the company. Okay. I'm responsible for helping facilitate that growth. You are responsible, though, for facilitating that growth. My job is to help you find a clear path. It's to clear that path for you, and it's to allow you to be able to grow when that time comes. But no one grows in this company without doing these things, okay? The first standard is, you got to work hard. You obviously have to have the production, okay? You have to be a positive influence on the team. All right, so these are the basic things, okay? So when somebody comes in from day one, there's a couple of expectations. I expect them to take the training. I expect them to do well with the job. I expect them to get better as they go, create a level of consistency, okay, and be a positive influence in the vehicles. Like those are the basic 5 expectations, I'd say, if I had to lay them out, okay? Getting past that, okay, helping your team grow. All right, it's not about me. It's about you. You can hate me all you want. It's about your team leader. Hopefully you don't hate them because they require this to help them grow, okay? We have 1,000 people apply per week almost, but a lot of times that's people that have applied twice. There's a number of different things, and maybe they won't work out for the job. You guys might think that we hire more percentage of people that come in than we do, but between calling people and hiring them, we probably hire 10% of the people that we talk to. So you understand, if 1,000 people apply, we're hiring. It can't even be 10% because that'd be 100, right? I mean, 1,000 people apply. We're probably hiring 15 of those people. I mean, it's a small amount of people that we're actually bringing through the hiring process and hiring. Referrals are different. We again, comes to lending grace like we should do with our teams. We lend you grace when it comes to referrals all the time. We want you to succeed and bring referrals into the company because it's money for you and it's helping furthering your growth. Okay. So right now we have a referral bonus. I'm not going to put that out on YouTube. Okay. You know what it is. Right now it's double what it typically is. Okay. And so this is a really important time for you. Also right now we're getting these teams going. We have some really new managers that could really use the help growing. And we have a lot of people that want to grow. There's at least one person on each team that wants to go into management, and there's at least 5 people in the department that want to grow into sales. All of that can be achieved. Not every person is going to make it because not every person is going to do the things that they need to do in order to be able to grow. Okay. Now it's up to you what you do. That's 100% up to you. Okay. If you do the right thing, I promise you, I swear on my daughters, if you do the right thing, I swear on everything that I love. If you do the right thing, then you will grow. Absolutely. There's nothing holding you back if you do the right thing. And I'm laying out the right thing for you right now. A big part of that right thing is bringing in referrals. Okay. There's a couple ways to do that. Okay. Let's start with people that you know. All right. So I know a lot of bags of what from my hometown, and I'm not going to be calling people from Massachusetts and moving them down to Pennsylvania to be able to get them jobs. Okay. I do the best I can. Okay. But if we were in Massachusetts right now, the first thing I did when I was building my team as a team manager was I went straight to Facebook. Okay. Facebook at the time, they had not been around for too long. Maybe it was MySpace at the time. I don't know. It was like 2010 or 2009. I think it was the end of 2009. I don't know. I guess Facebook was probably around, whatever. I went to social media. Any social media that existed at the time, I was leveraging all of that. Okay. So I went there and I immediately posted everything. Okay. Now here's what I'd post. Okay. Very simple. Okay. A couple different options. I'm going to lay out a couple for you. Okay. You want to do the basic one. Hey, my job's hiring right now. It's going fantastic. A lot of growth opportunity. Just inbox me your name and number, and I'll have somebody get in contact with you in the next 48 hours. Okay. The next 24 hours, you can tell. Okay. Simple, that's the basic, easy one. Okay. The second thing that you can do though, if you want to get creative, especially if you're doing well, when I just take a picture of the dollar amount of your check. Okay. If you're succeeding here, you're doing well. Okay. Take that picture and then put that out there and say, look, my job's hiring right now. It's a great place to work. Write down, list 3 things. These are my top favorite things about working at Renewal by Anderson. Okay. Inbox me, name a number, and we'll get back to you in the next 24 hours. Okay. You could do either of those 2 options. That's the first 2 things I would do would be that. Okay. The second thing I would do. Okay. So collect these numbers over and send them over to me or to your team leader or to both of us. The second thing that I would do is I would solicit people that you're very close with to ask people for you. If you have a spouse, right? Again, the second thing that the way I built my team at the time, it was one of my girlfriends at the time. I said, look, you know a lot of different people than I do. We went to the same high schools until, she switched high. She was a year or 2 younger than me. So we had some different friends groups of people that we knew. So I said, can you blast this out for me? She said, yeah, my boyfriend's job's hiring right now, so on and so forth. Let us know. Get that information too, same kind of deal. Okay. Do as much social media as you can, get as much as you can. You can post in groups that you're into. If you're in like a local art group or something like that, or you're in a local, restaurant group, whatever. I don't know. They have the yard sale group. Post in that too, especially if you know a lot of people in it. Then great, fantastic. Ask people to do it for you. Look, we're looking at hire right now. Whatever you want to do. Okay. The second thing that I did was I went right to my contact list and I contacted every person that I knew well or that I knew was like a fine person. And I just texted them basically the same thing. Hey, look, I don't know what you're doing right now. Now, for younger people, this is especially lucrative. Okay. Because for us, old guys, okay, and girls, it's tough because the people that we know are in a lot of times established jobs. Not all the time, but a lot of times they are. So, getting them over here is a little bit more difficult, but it's still lucrative. It's still worth doing. Okay. And then, make a list. Okay. The next thing I did was I listed all my family members and whatnot that I thought maybe could benefit from getting a different position. I thought about people that were working in warehouses, people that sort of had a cap on the way that they could grow. And I listed those people out and I grabbed those people in as well. Okay. That's the first place I would start. That's the basic stuff. Okay. If you got game forum chats that are local, stuff like that, things that you do, we all have hobbies. Talk to people in your hobbies and whatnot too. Very simple way to do it. That's the way that I'd start. Okay. Looking outside of that is important too, though, because you might not feel comfortable doing that, or you might not be good at that, or you might not get a good response from that. Don't tell yourself, well, I don't know any good people. Well, all the people I know are shitty, this and that, or whatever. I know I said that at the beginning of the video, okay, but I did solicit my friends even, because what I understood, what you need to understand is that the hiring decision is ultimately up to us. It doesn't matter who you bring in. If you bring somebody in and they're not good, we'll tell you why we're not going to hire them, but we won't hire them if they're not good. Pre-warn us, sure. That's the only thing that you can really do, I guess, if you know something might be up. But we don't even expect that. Like, I'm not going to put that on you. Okay. So again, I only got a minute or 2 left here, but just remember and understand it. When approaching people outside of that, okay, outside of your circle, okay, there's people everywhere you run into every day. I did this out one time, or I looked it up one time. You come into contact with like 150 people or something like that on average per day, minus the job. Not even talking about canvassing and stuff like that, just in the store, in the whatever. People that you go to a restaurant, you see the server, you see the hostess, right? Talk to people like that about the position, especially if you know that they're in, I just met a guy the other day, for example. He was on the phone kind of bitching about his job. He was working at a gas station. He deals with customers on a daily basis. I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. I really don't know this. But I overheard the guy. This actually happened to me twice in 2 days. The other guy was looking for more hours or something like that because his job that he had was part-time. And I said, hey, do you like dealing with people? Like, do you consider yourself good at dealing with people? I mean, doing this job, you have to deal with people, right? He's like, yeah. Like, well, look, our job's hiring right now, man. I mean, I don't want to put pressure on you or anything like that. I mean, if you're happy working here, then fine. But you probably make a lot more money at our place. I mean, it might be worth checking out. Would you like me to take down like your name and number? I'll give you my boss's name and number. Get in contact with you. It's worth a conversation. It's an easy interaction, guys. every person I talk to like that is, even if they're not interested, they're happy that you asked. They appreciate the effort in you asking, the feelings that from that feels good to them, So that's a great way to approach people like that. Okay. You can go into a business, or you can go into a place like a mall, for example, with the intention of doing that. You see someone that is ultra good and you're going to buy a pair of shoes, ultra good at dealing with people. You say, hey, look, man, I know you're doing well with this. I can see you're doing well with this, but your talent's kind of getting wasted, man. If you know somebody that's in college, or if you go out to a college or something like that, or a college party or something, again, a great way to communicate that to people. Look, you're in school right now, man. What are you going to school for? Marketing, business, communications. Well, look, our job is offering internships right now, man, and they're paid internships fully. I'll have somebody get in contact with you right away. What's your number? Very simple. Okay. These are easy ways to do this. Okay. I can give you cards. I can get, things together for you, whatever, but it's money that you're leaving on the table if you're not doing this, guys, and you're not helping your team build. So when it comes to growth, again, I'm just going to tell you that the best way for you to grow is to pull out all the stops and show that you want the company to grow. In management, the teams need to fill up in order for, you got to think logically from our perspective. In management, when we have teams that are not full, it doesn't make sense for us to spend money on another manager, on managers, to be able to get to be able to it doesn't make sense for us to spend more money on managers when we have spaces available on teams. Okay, so within reason, we don't need every team to be full to make another team, but we can't have every team less than half full in order to make another team. It doesn't make any sense to do that, right? That's killing us. It's killing our budget. Okay. From the other side of things too, we can't give up people that are going door to door to sales if we don't have enough people in our department either. We can't give up our production, and they're not going to need people if we can't generate the leads for them. Okay, so from both sides of this, and same thing goes for installation and admin and all this other stuff. So from both sides, we want to see people grow, but that our incentive to grow, I want people to grow because I can talk about them. I can say, this person grew from this role to this role, and you can do the same thing. And that's beneficial to me in the department. Okay, but the incentive has to be strong for you and for us. The incentive for you, you know what the team management job is. It's a great stepping stone for you. It's a great way to be able to move up further in the company, and you'll make very easily $100,000 a year. Okay, in a sales position, same thing. You'll make very, very easily $100,000 a year. You might make a lot more than that, and it's not stagnant neither. You can continue to grow your income every year. The highest paid people in the world, the highest paid job in the world is sales, and it gets your foot in the door there. And there's a reason why most of our sales reps have been here for 25 years, 20 years, whatever, because they like what they do and they make a lot of money doing it. They might not even like it all the time. They make a lot of money doing it. Okay. So just remember this stuff, guys. I'm going to send this out right now to you guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you. And